Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all to another episode of Engineering with Shamil. And today is episode number 27, and we are going to enter into a new type of system, and that system is called as the public address system. So, in this video, we are going to discuss about the purpose and the importance of the public address system. And just to refresh, in case if you want to watch any of the previous videos regarding the fire alarm systems and also the emergency lighting systems, you can actually go to my channel and see the previous videos. It's there, it's all of them are there. So today, starting from today, a few of the videos will be dedicated for the public address system. So let's see what exactly is a public address system and what all are the purpose, why public address system is important, and what is the purpose behind installing it. And we will also briefly see the operation logic or or how the system is working in simple terms. Okay, so first things first, let us understand what is a public address system. So public address system is basically an audio system which is used for making announcements. It is used for playing background music, and it is also, and at the same time, it is used for playing emergency evacuation messages. So in many of the buildings, be it commercial, be it residential, or be it like entertainment complexes and all, and any type of building, also industrial complexes also, in such buildings, public address system is commonly installed. So normally what happens is there are now these systems will be used for announcement purposes for the staff and the occupants who are present in the building. Also it is used for also it is used for playing the background music. So now background music means in malls and all, the malls and other entertainment complexes, the background music will be played. And also the same system is actually used whenever there's an emergency, especially during the time of fire. The fire alarm, when it gets triggered, the fire alarm will override the public address system. Okay, so what happens is only the emergency evacuation messages will be playing an important role during that time. Okay, all other audios will be muted. Okay, so this is what public address system is all about. Now, let us see what are the primary purposes of public address system. So the public address system is mainly used for general announcements. Okay, so that is whenever, so in case if you want to a page, or in case if you want to message to a particular individual or a group of individuals, we can use public address. And also it is for playing background music. Now, as I said before, in malls and other entertainment complexes or commercial complexes, background music might be essential in order to create a pleasant atmosphere. So for that purpose also, we are using public address. Then the third aspect is the emergency evacuation. So in case if you need to provide a clear instruction during the time of fire or during the time of emergency situation, emergency evacuation is the purpose being served over here. And the lastly but not the least, the priority override. That is whenever an emergency whenever an emergency situation occurs, all the messages related to the emergency, that will be overriding all the other normal related audios. Okay, so the emergency will be given utmost importance in the public address system. Those messages related to the emergency will be played in the public address system. So these are the four purposes. So just to refresh, so the first one is general announcements. The second one is it is used for playing background music. The third one is it is essential for the emergency evacuation. And the last one, it is the priority override is also an important purpose for the public address system. Now, what are the importance of the public address system? So there are now why public address system is important. So in order to answer this, we can answer our questions based on four aspects. So the first one is life safety. Now, as I said before, during the time of emergency, the public address system is really helpful, is really essential in order to deliver clear instructions to the occupants so that they can safely evacuate the building without any panic. That is number one. Number two, daily communication. That is, if the operator has to communicate with the certain individuals or certain group of people or certain departments, be it in the case of commercial buildings or shopping malls, then public address is helpful in that purpose so that it can page efficiently and make announcements also efficiently. Then the third one is the code compliance. Fire and safety codes, okay, it actually requires public address system installed in the building. So the reason why we are installing public address, one of the reasons is to comply with the code regulations. And the last one is that integration aspect. So the public address system can be easily integrated with the fire alarm system, and it can either through hardware or software. Okay, hardware means you are physically connecting the wire. Software means through programming purpose and all. So as I said before, whenever a fire alarm occurs, then the public address system will be muted, and the fire alarm related messages or the emergency messages will be taking place, will be playing in the system. So this is why the public address system is very important. Now, where are public address systems used? In the beginning of the video, I have mentioned a few places. So in this slide, we are actually going a little more detail to see why the public address system is important in that particular location. So there are, as you see in the slide, there are like around 5 locations. So we have schools, we have malls, we have hotels, we have office towers, and we have stadiums. Now, in all these areas, public address system is important mainly because it can be used for emergency evacuation. That is, whenever there is an alarm happening in school or mall or in hotels or in office towers or in stadiums, be it any location, whenever there is a fire alarm happening, the fire alarm will be taking precedence, will be taking priority over the other audio related messages, and this can actually be and the instructions during that emergency situation or during the fire situation can be communicated easily with the occupants of that building. Now let us see the normal situation why public address system is important. So in normal case, what happens is in schools and all, in order to make the daily announcements, we actually use public address system, like for assembly during the assembly time, or in case of any special occasions which are happening in schools, we actually make use of the PA system. In shopping malls, as I said before, it is used for creating background music, for creating a pleasant atmosphere in the building, and it's also used for paging respective departments, like it could be salesman or it could be cleaning staff, etc. Okay, and then for hotels and all, in the normal condition, we are actually using public address for announcing to the guests. If you want to announce it to the particular floor, that facility is also available in the public address system. It is also used for announcing certain events as well. Okay, and then office towers in the public address system is used for floor-wise announcements. There is if the client requests that each floor needs to be individually announced, then that option is also available in the public address system. Then we have the stadiums. So stadiums, in order to control the crowd or in order to provide a live commentary, public address system is useful. Now during the emergency situation, all the systems is the same. That is, during the time of fire alarm, the emergency message will be taking priority over the any other message, any other kind of audio. Okay, so this is how public address system is important in these locations, and these are the locations where public address system is commonly installed. Now let us see how the public address system is normally working. We will see the working logic of the public address system. We will see how it is working in a normal condition and also during the emergency mode. So in the normal mode, public address system has mainly 3 items. So mainly 3 components. So first one is the microphone. That is where you are going to announce. That's where you are going to give your message. Then the amplifier will be boosting the microphone, and it will actually increase the strength of the signal, and it will send to the speakers, and the speakers will send the signals to the occupants. Okay, it will actually broadcast the message. Now this is how this logic, that is from microphone to the amplifier to the speakers, this logic is the one which is followed for announcements, that is for normal announcements or for playing background music. So this is the normal mode of operation. Now during the emergency mode, that is during the fire alarm mode, whenever a fire alarm gets triggered, the fire alarm will be overriding any other related audio messages. Okay, that is, the normal audio messages will be muted, and only the fire alarm or the emergency related messages will be played during that time. Okay, so during this time, the pre-recorded evacuation message can play automatically, or otherwise a live announcement can also happen from the control room. Okay, so this is all about the emergency mode of operation. Okay, so in the normal mode, you have from the microphone to the amplifier to the speakers. In the emergency mode, what happens is, whenever an emergency situation takes place, then the emergency related messages, either it be pre-recorded or if it is the live commentary, these kind of messages will take precedence over the normal audio messages. Okay, this is during the time of the fire alarm override. Okay, so by emergency I mean fire alarm override. Okay, so this is how a normal mode of operation and an emergency mode of operation for a public address system looks like. So to conclude, I will just reiterate what all we have discussed. So the first thing is that a PA system is more than just speakers; it has more components also. So the first thing is that it is used for daily communication, for announcements and music, and it is used for it is used as a life safety tool, that is used for broadcasting emergency evacuation instructions. Then it actually has a priority override setting. So that means whenever there is a, say, a fire alarm, the fire alarm will be overriding the fire alarm related messages, or the emergency messages will be overriding the public address normal messages. So the reason why we are installing, the ultimate reason or the ultimate purpose for installing a public address system is to ensure that the building occupants are safe, they are informed during the time of emergency, and also they are connected with the personals, with the first time responders. Sorry, with the I will just repeat that statement again. So the main purpose, the ultimate purpose of having a fire alarm, of having a public address system, is to ensure the safety of the public building occupants. It is to ensure that the building occupants are informed during the time of emergency, and it is also to ensure that the building occupants stay connected with each other, especially with the emergency responders. So with this, I conclude my today's video on the public address. So we have discussed about the purpose and importance of the public address, and also briefly touched upon the topic of on how the public address systems work. So in case if you have any queries, comments, feedback, doubt regarding this particular video, please do share your questions. Please do share them in the comment section, and I will be happily obliged to answer them. Thank you once again for listening. And before signing off, I would humbly request all of you to kindly like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Engineering with Shamil, so that it will serve as a motivation for me to create more videos. Thank you once again, and I am signing off. Wishing you all a good day ahead.